So I'm on this morning to talk about how beautiful breast does not mean beautiful posture. So over the last 15 to 20 years, the average breast size has increased from a 34B to a 36C, and some experts say that it may actually be averaging out at a 36D. Now that's for various reasons. That can be that you've chosen to have them enlarged, or it may just be that our posture has changed and our eating habits have changed, and that we have got we're just putting on more body weight, so obesity. So this doesn't just affect women, it also affects men. So some of the side effects that you'll get with extremely large breasts, or increasing the amount of weight that you've got in your upper body, is that you will get things like backaches, neck pain, numbness of the finger and hands. So these are all symptoms that are linked with that, but also if you think about as well with men, it's not going to just be women. This can also be linked with men. So basically, from a cup size B upwards, it will increase the stress that you put on the spine and distort your posture. So increasing your breast size actually increases the weight that's supported from your spine, as well as it changes the whole centre of gravity. So I want you to imagine that when I talk about centre of gravity, what we're thinking about is that generally if your breasts are big, then you're coming forward, so your whole centre of gravity will be off, so you're putting more load down through your spine. So for example, I've got this water bottle here. If I had to hold something heavy like a water bottle or a medicine ball straight out in front of me, it's going to be more difficult and put more load down through the axis of the joint and down through the spine than it would be holding that same water bottle down to the side of my body. And that works in the exact same way with your breasts. So gravity will be pulling you down through here, thus putting more load down through your back. So it starts to make sense why it's linked with chronic back pain and neck pain, headaches, all of these things. So yes, the weight of the breast basically changed the body's centre of gravity and stresses on the muscles of the back. So hi, I'm just saying beautiful nature, thanks. April, good to see you managed to settle your internet. I'm doing this from my phone rather than my laptop, Clear, so it's just, I don't know, it just keeps crashing. IB can be like that with the internet. It can be fine some days and then terrible with others. Right, so what do we do with, how do we know if we've got it? So, well, look at pictures of yourself. Do you see yourself hunched over? Can you see this kind of fatty lump syndrome developing on your neck area? So actually look at it. Also think about getting a postural screening, and that's something we do at the Yoga Pilates place, but there'll be other places that will do that as well. But what I wanted to give you is some tips. So some tips to improve your posture yourself. Hi Sam, hi Joan. So the first thing is to, most females tend to have their chest like this. So the first thing we want to do is open up through the chest, because we're like this. Okay, so what I want you to do is just get into the mindset, so just create these posture re-education habits, right? I know that sounds like a mouthful, but if you're re-educating yourself, it then will become a habit if you continuously do it. So posture re-education habits. So if you think about pulling, so opening up, set your posture up, remind yourself to pull your shoulders back, head over your shoulders and chest up, focusing on this consciously for weeks, and then it will become subconscious. So just that focusing on it, taking that time, it will start to become a wee bit more second nature. So then what we want to think about is the back of the body. So we're going to think about scapula strengthening, so strengthening around where the shoulder blades are. So this one, I do this quite a lot with clients. Imagine I'm standing against a wall. Sorry, I can't do that here. I need to jump in that nice pool, which I'm not going to do. So imagine I've got my bum against the wall and my head against the wall, and I'm standing like this, right? So look at my elbows, and then I'm just going to bring, so call this the wall angel, arms up and down, trying to keep your elbow in line, trying to keep your elbows basically in contact with the wall. Does that make sense? So you're basically just against the wall, bum against the wall, head against the wall, trying to get as close to the wall as you can, and then just lowering up and down. And then the next one I want to talk to you about is the thoracic muscular reinforcement. So what we want to do there is lie on our tummy. Now this is where things like yoga and Pilates really come in handy, because you're doing a lot of these exercises, and for many of you, you'll not have, one, the strength, and secondly, most importantly, the knowledge that you're doing it properly. All right, so that's where getting a trainer, going to classes and getting a little bit of help, making sure that you're doing these movements correctly. But what you would do is you would lie on your stomach, you would place your fingers on the small of your back, or here if you're a wee bit more advanced, and you would raise your upper chest and your head off the ground, so you're getting an extension. But be aware of trying to lengthen your spine as you go up, rather than just crunching your back. So you're lying on your tummy and you're extending through the spine, but lengthening through the spine as you do that. So, and if that's something you need, come to a Pilates class, come to a yoga class. You do things like that always in classes, and you'll learn the techniques for these things. That is why yoga and Pilates get the credit that they get. That's why, because it's all of these movements that fix these things. You're fixing your posture in these types of classes. So thoracic traction would be the next thing. So basically what we want to do is we want to try and open this all up, right? So sounds more difficult than it is. So what we're talking about here is to lie on your back with a small cushion in the middle of your back, so that it sits slightly, so that when you're going back over it, you're arching over that cushion. This is something that we do in the Trigger Point Pilates class with the small green balls, but you don't need any equipment, guys. If you don't come to us, nowhere near us, you can still do all this stuff. Okay, so things like, the Trigger Point Pilates classes, we film them live, so, and we don't charge any money for that, so you can be tuning into this anywhere you are in the world. Okay, so if you don't have a small green Pilates ball, it's not even called a Pilates ball, it's just a little squishy ball. I'll get the links and I'll put them up, and you're just going to lie and extend your spine over it, so you're opening up and you're getting the thoracic area of your spine. So the thoracic is the longest part of your spine, that middle part of your spine where the hump tends to sit. Okay, so we are taking it into an extended position. So, and that will become easier, and then as that gets easier, you can increase the size of the cushion, so how much extension that you put on that, so how much extension you're getting through the thoracic spine. So I hope that gives you a little bit of food for thought today. You know, how good is your posture? Big breasts and beautiful breasts do not necessarily mean beautiful posture. Yeah, and if your breast cup size is over a size B, then your breasts are definitely putting load through your spine. That is not helping your posture.